Anna Sewell's Black Beauty, retold and illustrated by Ruth Brown. Life was good on the farm where I was born. The sun shone and the grass was sweet. I was jet black like my mother, but with a star on my forehead, one white foot, and a small patch of white hair on my back. Mother taught me that although it was important to be obedient, it was more important to trust my own instincts. When I grew up, I went to work at a grand house as one of their carriage horses. Life there was different, but the people were nice, and so were the horses, especially one called Ginger. She became my best friend. Dear nervous Ginger, she trusted no one. Then one terrible night, a fire broke out in our stables. As flames roared through the yard, I instinctively let the groom lead me to safety, but Ginger wouldn't leave her stall. I called out to her that I was safe and that she would be too. Finally, she let the groom lead her safely through the smoke. I saved my master too, one stormy night. As we drove towards a bridge, I stopped and refused to move. I instinctively knew it was not safe to cross, and I was right. When he shone his lantern, my master saw that the swollen river had washed half the bridge away. My reward was a special supper brought by Joe Green, our kindly new groom. Later, Joe nearly killed me with kindness, but it wasn't his fault. He didn't know that after a gallop, he should cover me with a blanket. Instead, he gave me a huge bucket of water to drink, which upset my stomach. I got a fever and Joe got into trouble. Luckily, I soon recovered and Joe learned his lesson. Our master decided to move abroad, but fortunately Ginger and I were sold together. Our new groom was not as kind as Joe, and he was careless. One night he rode me at a gallop over rough ground, though he knew one of my shoes was loose. When the shoe came off, a sharp stone pierced my hoof. I stumbled and fell, throwing him over a bush. The pain from my hoof and cut knees was so bad I couldn't go on. I waited for hours in the silent night until, eventually, I heard voices and the sound of hooves. I cried out and was overjoyed to hear Ginger's answering call. While my wounds healed, I was put in the meadow. When Ginger joined me, I was as happy as I'd been with my mother all those years ago. But our time together was short. Only perfect horses were allowed to pull our master's carriages. Because of my badly scarred knees, I was no longer considered perfect, and so I was sold. I never saw Ginger again. Over the next few years, I passed from one master to another. I felt miserable and missed Ginger. Finally, a kind London cab driver named Jerry Baker bought me, and I knew life would be better. We worked hard, especially at Christmas time, waiting in the freezing night air to take the party-goers home, eventually made poor Jerry ill. He had to give up work, and that meant he had to give me up too. My new owner, Mr. Skinner, was mean. He put me in a filthy stable and made me carry horrible, heavy loads. One day I crashed to the ground and couldn't get up. I had had enough. Skinner wanted to be rid of me, but his stableman said that with rest I'd sell for more money. At the horse sale, as I joined the line of broken-down old horses, I saw a kind-looking farmer and boy looking at me. The boy begged his grandpa to buy me, so I held my head high and hoped for the best. Once again, my instincts were right. Willie and his grandpa were as good and kind as could be. Willie brought me oats every day, and by spring I was feeling much better. Grandpa said that 3 gentle ladies who lived close by needed a good-tempered horse and would like to try me out. As their groom led me towards the stables, he stopped. He stroked the star on my forehead, examined my white foot, then gently ran his hand along my back and found the patch of white hair. "Black Beauty," he cried, "it is you!" He laughed and hugged my neck. "Don't you recognize me? I'm Joe Green, older and wise enough now to look after you properly." Try out indeed. There's no more gentle horse in the world than my Black Beauty. Dear, kind Joe, I knew then that my troubles were over. I was at home at last, and life was good. Anna Sewell said she wrote Black Beauty to induce kindness, sympathy, and an understanding treatment of horses. It was the first book written from the point of view of a horse, and it was an immediate success. As a direct result of her portrayal of the harsh treatment of animals, Anna Sewell not only improved the lives of carriage horses, but of all other working animals too. About the author. Anna Sewell was born in 1820 in Yarmouth, England. Disabled by a childhood accident, she relied on horse-drawn carriages, and this gave her a lifelong love of horses. In 1871, housebound and with her health declining, Anna started to put this respect and concern for the welfare of animals into words. Her book, Black Beauty, was published in 1877. She lived just long enough to enjoy its success. She died in 1878.